Hello, welcome to day 28. Today we're going to do Mermaid Pose, which is a fun little pose. It's another pigeon variation, but yeah, it's a fun one to try. So we'll come to the top of the mat, hands at heart center. Inhale, sweep those hands all the way up overhead. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Then we're going to step back with that right foot. Your next inhale, sweeping those hands all the way up overhead, rising towards that crescent pose. Then rotating the back foot and arms, coming to that warrior two. Elbow down towards that left thigh, grounding through those feet, keeping that chest open. Then your next inhale, we're going to slowly start to sweep back up towards that warrior two. Turning that front palm open and exhale, pulling back towards that reverse warrior, keeping a bend through that front knee. Right hand onto that right thigh, left hand overhead. Then inhaling to rotate back towards your warrior two. Then rotating the back foot and arms, coming back towards that crescent pose. Then your next exhale, we're going to drop that right knee all the way down towards the ground, uncurling those toes. And exhale, dropping that right hand down towards the ground. Left hand will come up overhead. Then from here, we'll bend at the right knee, grabbing onto the right foot. Or if you can't grab onto the foot, just keep that knee bent, but extending that hand back as far as you can. Just finding that twist, stretch to that right hip. Then we're ready, slowly coming out. We're coming towards that lizard pose. Placing that left hand to the inside of that left foot. Just focus on that breath. Then when you're ready, curling those toes under, lifting up that right knee. Stepping that left foot back towards that downward dog. Your next inhale, we're going to lift up that right leg, bending out the right knee, drawing that right heel over towards that left side, open up through the hip. Then when you're ready, coming over towards center, stepping that right knee towards that right wrist, coming towards that pigeon. We'll uncurl those toes. Then on exhale, we're going to slowly fold forward, inhaling to lift, exhaling to fold forward, inhaling to lift, one more time, and then inhaling to lift, open up to the chest. Then from here, we're going to place that right hand out in front of that right leg, coming towards a twist. We're going to bend at the left knee. So from here, you want to keep lifted. You don't want to, you can sit down if you need to, but you want to try and stay lifted to keep it active. So you're going to grab onto that left foot, and as far as you can go, then that's great. You can keep that right hand on the ground. Or if you want to come in towards a deeper pose, we're going to bend that knee a little bit more. We're going to place that foot in towards that elbow crease. If you need to make little adjustments, you can do that. Then from here, when you find that balance, you're going to lift up that right arm, and you're going to clasp onto those hands. So you just want to stay lifted through that left knee and through that right leg. You'll feel a stretch to those hips. A stretch to that spine, so you keep that chest open. Then when you're ready, slowly letting go, place that right hand down, then letting go of that left leg, then coming back over towards center. Then we'll place those hands, we'll slowly start to lift, just curl those left toes under, then stepping that right foot back towards your downward dog. Then when you're ready, slowly walking those feet towards the top of your mat, coming towards that forward fold. Then inhaling to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to come all the way to standing, hands overhead. And exhale the hands down to heart center. Your next inhale, sweeping those hands all the way up overhead. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. Then we'll step back with that left foot. Your next inhale, sweeping those hands all the way up overhead. Rise up towards that crescent pose. Next exhale, rotating the back foot and arms, coming towards that warrior two. Then on exhale, drop that right elbow down towards that right thigh, sweeping that left hand overhead. Your next inhale, we're going to slowly start to lift, rise up towards that warrior two. Then turn that front palm open. We'll exhale to fall back towards that reverse warrior. Left hand to back of left thigh, right hand overhead. Drawing that chest up towards the sky. Then your next inhale, slowly rotating back towards that warrior two. Then slowly rotating the back foot and arms, making adjustments to come back towards that crescent pose. Your next exhale will slowly drop that left knee down towards the ground, curling those toes. Then lowering that left hand down towards that right foot, extending that right hand overhead, coming towards that twist. And then from here, bending at that left knee, we'll grab onto that left foot, or just extending that hand back. Then if you need to, you can roll that mat under, place a blanket underneath that knee. Just focus on that breath Then when you're ready, slowly letting go, bringing that right hand to the inside of that right foot, finding that lizard pose. Creating space through those hips. And we're ready, curling those toes under, stepping that right foot back towards your downward dog. Then your next inhale, we're going to lift up that left leg, bending that left knee, drawing that left foot over towards that right side. Then inhaling to come towards center, placing that left knee over towards that left wrist, coming towards that pigeon, staying up on the fingertips, exhaling to lower, inhale to lift, exhale to lower, one more, inhaling to lift, and exhaling to lower. Next inhale, slowly lifting up. Then from here, we're going to place that left hand in front of that left leg. Then bending at that right knee, grabbing onto that right foot. And guide it as far as you can go, that's great. Then when you're ready, slowly rotating that foot in towards that elbow crease. And then finding that balance and finding that mermaid pose. If you need to, you can kind of use those toes a little bit to keep that balance. I sometimes will curl those toes out. Just want to keep that chest open. You can lift through that gaze. And then ready, slowly coming out of the pose. I'll just show you if you want to sit down a little bit, just until you can get that balance to find that comfort spot. And then when you're ready, you can slowly start to lift, keeping strong through that core. So this is also like an active pigeon. Then when you're ready, you can slowly start to come out. Going back to center. Then when you're ready, stepping that left foot back towards your downward dog. Pedaling at those feet. Then your next inhale, slowly walking towards the top of your mat, coming towards that forward fold. Inhaling to your halfway lift, exhale to fold forward. Inhaling to come all the way to stand, hands overhead, and exhale the hands to heart center. Then we'll see you for day 29.